other sectors like communication and information sectors. So they are also running in a deficit form because of the high cost of diesel. Even if you are to lift PMS from Lagos to Osun, or from Osun, from Lagos to eastern parts or northern parts of the country, you run on diesel. So there's no way. We are still expecting more. If something reasonable is not done on time by the government to correct the anomaly, and the system is collapsing on daily basis because we export our crude oil. So when we export our crude oil, we pay in dollar, and for the shipments we pay in dollar. For the freight we pay in dollar, and we repatriate the fund into the economy. Instead of what we produce, we offer it to the neighboring nation, so that we'll be able to balance our trade system, to have a surplus or balance trade of payments. So we export and we still import and pay for the freight, for the importation of the refined crude oil.
Alhaji Kazeem Raji, what do you think would be the way out of this high cost of production occasioned by high prices of pump price of diesel? We need, first of all, we need a team of technocrats. So in the system of the government of the day, who are patriotic, who are sincere to run the government, who are who are selfless, not the set of the people like we are having in the system, the corrupt system that we are running. A team of patriotic, team of technocrats, patriotic Nigerians,
yes, who can run the government with the talent, with intellectual. Because most of those who have been selected or put into various portfolio, they are political elites. Many of them who run down contesting for election put for a portfolio that. So how do you expect such a person to fix the problem?
The economy.
So to fix the problem,
you are saying
somebody that is not doesn't have knowledge whatsoever in the economy, and because he contests and run down, and you put the person for the economic team to lead the country, you don't expect results. So that is number one.
Okay.
Secondly, Nigerian government should encourage most of our refineries that are not functioning. We have to be reasonable and sincere to ourselves
to resuscitate
the refineries.
We have four in Nigeria, and
none of them are functioning. So we export crude oil. So there's no way. You see where the government are not even sincere by saying that the subsidy that is being paid. So on the export of the crude oil, as a result of that amount of money is too much, and the government even making a lot of money from that source, because they don't account for anybody. They put figure. Sometimes they say that it's something like a 400 billion subsidy. It later triggered to trillions of naira. So we are not sincere to ourselves. So, and we be claiming that subsidy. Sometimes they say they want to remove subsidy. We need to deregulate every sectors. all the systems need to be completely deregulated. Downstream sector should be completely deregulated. If deregulation is done and the private sectors have been monitored, the sector, even to the tune of NNPC, because the corruption has eaten up the system.
If you believe that we should deregulate the entire oil sector, what will be the gain the country is going to derive? And with the background of the possibility that the prices of these commodities, kerosene, petrol, and diesel, may shut up.
No, the reason why is that we are talking of if our refinery are running, are functioning, there is a tendency of having a lot of graduates working there. We'll be having millions of graduates for that of the 4 refineries if they are functioning. So, and the economy, when we are talking of deregulation in western part of the world, most of the sectors, when we are talking of power sectors, are being handled by the private establishments, are being handled by the investors. So, but the only thing is we have some sectors that fallen into exclusive lists by policy making. Those are creating enabling environments for the private sector to run their business. That is all for the government to guard, to monitor them, so to give their limits. By doing that, everything will be, every sectors and this, oil sectors, downstream sectors will be effective, because you cannot be running your business and looking for the shortfall or any kind of difficulties that arise.
Yes,
you'll be able to fix it.
Business is because to make profit, and you do everything humanly possible to ensure that,
of course,
it's
that
running effectively, so
yes,
as to make profit out of it. Well, our listeners at home, I've been having Alhaji Kazim Raji Afkaz, an entrepreneur and public affairs analyst on the program platform today, and we have been looking at the cost of production, which has soared due to the high cost of diesel and the effect on the economy. And you talked about having some graduates employed the other time if the refineries, 4 refineries we have in the country are functioning. But if you look at the education sector as at today, most especially the university education in the country, for the past 6 months, it does that to the universities have been shut due to the strike embarked upon by the academic staff union of universities, ASU. And yet, for the past 6 months, the government is yet to accede to their request. The doors to the schools are still under lock and key. As a concerned Nigerian and parent who is having children in universities, what is your take? How do you feel, seeing universities under lock and keys in the past 6 months?
The system is a failure, and I cannot be surprised, because many our leaders who are running the government, many of their children are studying abroad. That is why they don't have concern or less concern about the lingering industrial action. If you recall, was it not 2013, they have agreements, yes, and they enter agreements, and I could recall that it was not under duress by the federal government to enter into that agreement. Implementation of the agreement is now a problem. That is lack of sincerity, and the government then was enter into that agreement with the ASU. So in order to at least to relieve them temporarily at their mind. They were not ready to fix that problem.
They were not ready to implement.
Yes, to implement the agreement. Really,
you are saying that they only signed the agreement at least to end the strike. Then.
Yes, that was it. Then, now, you know, there are a lot of things that is being done by the system, by the corrupt system. There is a platform by which the payment is being done. You can see if we are localizing corruption and we are even trying to localize our own system, our own products. The system that designed by the World Bank has to decided that platform
IPPIS,
yes, will not be effective, and many of the staff were facing a lot of difficulties in the payment of their salaries, wages, and
integrated payment system.
And that system was forced and introduced by the World Bank, and they can be able to develop their own system. And they said that they want to develop their own system and test it, and it was developed and tested.
UTAS, University Payment System.
Of course. Why should government not even dance to that side? If there is nothing, if there is, I believe something is hidden, and there is a corrupt system. A lot of thousands of staff are undergoing a lot of difficulties on the payment of their salaries. Many of them, for instance, they will be forced to go to Abuja, and we are talking of the insecurity. So if you want to take a flight from Abuja to like from Osun State here to Abuja, you are likely to it's likely to take you like 100,000 naira because you want to
go and
try to do correction on the platform. What a corrupt system that we know. When must government still in the recent time, the was it not a labor minister was saying another thing entirely that is not even aligned. I don't know, probably he doesn't understand the system, because like I said, many of our leaders, they don't understand the system. They are theorists, and we have to encourage our system. We have to encourage our development, our involvement.
And Alhaji Raji, what will be your appeal to the government? Because most of these students are staying too much at home. They are staying too much at home, and it is saying that a hands nothing is the devil's work.
Yes, there I'm even going. You know, the protests may lead to riots. Government should take a proactive measure to stop unwarranted protests, because the crime rate is escalating on daily basis, and it should be a lesson for us. What happened that was during NSAS should be a lesson to Nigerians, should be a lesson to our leaders, because the students are right now at home protesting. Now the ASU given another 4 weeks
extension of the strike.
So many of the students are now involved in criminal activities because they are not engaged. They're supposed to have been in the class.
An idle hand will be devil's workshop.
Yes, it's a definitely devil workshop.
Talking about criminality and security challenges facing the country, in the last few days we are reported several attacks here and there, most especially from the seat of power, the seat of government, the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Terrorists attacking the elite guard the brigade of guards in Abuja, killing about 8 of them. And there's some terrorists from Kaduna threatening to kidnap Mr. President and Governor of Kaduna State. Don't you think this country, the security situation is sliding into abysmal level in the country? Going by this incident,
the mess is a mess. The highest organ of security in the country was attacked, and members of the security guard were eliminated. Now it is not a threat by saying that they are going to kidnap Mr. President. It's not a threat, because we have been seeing a lot of things all around, because some of senators are being kidnapped, governors are being attacked. So now their target is Mr. President. I could recall somebody was saying that, is it possible, once it's possible to attack brigade guard and on the run kill 8 of them? Mr. President is not it's not safe. Mr. President cannot save his life alone without the team of guards that follow him all around. The entourage was attacked. I could recall, I think Mr. President was not there, but
the advance
when he was going to Daura and was attacked.
The convoy was attacked.
The convoy was attacked. So what else? The government should beef up the system, and mind you, not by attacking the terrorists. Are you with me? Yeah. Because there are a lot of the mayor, and we have to fix where the problem even come.
I'm coming, Alhaji Raji. Well, let me inform our listeners at home that they can be part of this program by dialing 081-8777-5777. The studio number remains 081-8777-5777. And my guest is still Raji Kazim Raji, a public affairs analyst. We have been looking at various varying degree of issues confronting the nation in the last few weeks. What do you think will be the way out of this security challenges facing the country? Let me take this call first. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, we missed the call. Yeah. What do you think are the way out? Should be the way out.
The way out. First of all.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
My name is Ajiba Muniro from you.
Okay, your comment, please.
I'm very aggressive at the public analyst. I have been concerned with you. But about the diesel prices that just escalated is affecting the new set of economy in the country. Look, it is now impossible for the medium scale enterprises to spring up, at least to find job for the young school leavers. Doctors of a big time businessman, big time producer. So how should we buy a liter of diesel 800 naira and expect positive results in the economy? It's not possible. Or the government do something on it. Without that, the economy will continue to be in shambles. So,
thank you. Yeah. Your comment, your solution to the
the solution, we have to fix the problem from bottom, not from top side, because most of the problem, the major cankerworm to the security threats in Nigeria is first of all is unemployment. The 40% is the rate of unemployment in Nigeria. So that is to say 40% of the youth are jobless.
So as long as the economy is the lifeblood of all other sectors, education, politics, and all other things, we have to fix our economy and let all the youths, many graduates that just roaming around the streets, be gainfully employed.
Okay, let's take this last call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Your name, please.
My name is Wada from Oyo.
Okay, your comment, please.
Yes. Christy say that man is here.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir. So the only way with all this situation is that the energy must be given power. When we have like electricity regularly, nothing will do our economy. You see now, the only every country, they don't have problem with their energy system.
Okay.
It is only Nigeria that is still our energy system, and everything has collapsed.
Okay, we appreciate your comment from Oyo, and Alhaji Kazim Raji, because of time constraints, we may have to call it quit on the program today. I want to appreciate Alhaji Kazim Raji Afkas for finding time to be on the program this week, and maybe next week we still have you in the studio to look more into the varying issues confronting the nation. I want to appreciate the transmission crew here in the studio, Olatoji Ojo and others here. Abimbola Babatunde is the executive producer of this program. Turayo Ayegbayo is the producer. My name is Adeyemi Abodering. Until next week, I want to say good afternoon to you all.